All right, next up, we had Manchester United against Leicester City, or should I say, Marcus Rashford against Leicester City. Yep, Marcus Rashford happened again today. He did it again. He scored a brace, two goals, the 25th and the 56th minute, and Jaden Sancho also scored a goal. Man United won 3-0. Really clean game. I liked it. I liked the complete pace of the game. Basically, they were playing like Ajax when they went deep in the Champions League a few years ago. It was high pressing. You can feel Ten Hag's method is working. And the player that he put in the pitch, even making the changes at halftime, I think he changed Garnacho to Jadon Sancho at half. And Sancho came in and scored. So, yeah, really good. And also, McTominay came back today. So that was good to see. Good to see him back after his injury. But Man United did the job. Marcus Rashford is on fire right now. Can't stop scoring. What does it mean for them as far as like title chances? Now, I hear on Old Trafford for people to kind of don't want to jinx it. That's about the feeling that I have. People don't want to. Man United fan don't want to talk about it because they don't want to jinx it. They're just leaving Arsenal and City, fight themselves when they're creeping up on them. Because Man United now is still third, is solid third. They're like 5 point behind Arsenal. Yeah, Arsenal has a game in hand, so let's say they're 8 point behind Arsenal, but they're only 3 point behind Manchester City. So they're creeping up, but I know they're not trying to talk about it because they don't want to jinx themselves, which I guess is a good attitude to have. But you can tell on the players' attitude, they're trying to go get something. They're not just fighting for the top four like they did, like they were saying at the beginning of the season. Now they really know not only on, even finishing fourth would be a kind of performance. Now they got to push for the title. Yeah, it was a good game. Like I said, Marcus Rashford did his thing. Honorable mention to Bruno Fernandes. This guy is the truth. This guy is the truth, really. His passing, his dribbles ability, his vision, his leadership, especially. You can tell this team kind of like almost working, marching at his pace. Yeah, I know it sounds like it's a Marcus Rashford centric team, but the bulk of the work is done by Bruno Fernandes because he's box to box now. More box to box than never before. I liked him when he was in Portugal. He was like that when he was at Portugal, but now he's like a different level of it, box to box. I like Bruno Fernandes a lot, and he's showing on the pitch what he's supposed to be. He's the leader and he's the catalyst of that team. He and Marcus Rashford are probably the hardest duo right now. Beginning of the season, he was the Arsenal, I'll say trio: Gabriel Jesus, Martinelli, and Odegaard. And it was also, well, I'm going to say De Bruyne and Haaland, more so Haaland show. Now it's really Marcus Rashford show, but I'm going to add Bruno Fernandes because he's pretty much doing it all. Yeah, Ten Hag successfully bagged the 3 point. Clean sheet for David De Gea, that's good. Even Van Bissaka was playing today like he was Cafu or Roberto Carlos. He was all the tricks, doing tricks and dribbling. Yeah, it was. That's how you know that a team is in confidence when people play. A regular player that don't do this type of thing or doing it now on the pitch, which is good. Garnacho, I think he had a good game, but it was kind of he had a little hard time on the flank, and I understand why Ten Hag subbed him for someone more technical like Jadon Sancho, who can dribble in tight space, who doesn't need to just run in behind you. He can dribble you, even a stationary position. So I kind of understand that, and like I say, it worked because Sancho came in, he scored one. He could have scored twice really, but Sancho did some Sancho as usual. But like I said, the grand scheme of things, United should push for the title. I know they're facing who they playing. They playing Barcelona next week. The second leg, they finished 2-2 in the Europa League this week actually. So next week they play in the second leg at Old Trafford. So yeah, they did everything they were supposed to do. Today's game felt like a big training session, and they show intensity, they show confidence, they show poise, calm and collected. So now all this doesn't mean they're gonna beat Barcelona because Barcelona is one of those teams they can beat anybody anywhere. So like I mentioned before, playing home is not a guarantee to win, especially with at this level of excellence. With Barcelona coming in, they also inform in the league. They also pushing the pace. So it's going to be interesting. The Spanish league leaders again, the third in England, facing off in the Europa League this early. Yeah, to me, man of the match. gonna go with Marcus Rashford. I would have personally picked Bruno Fernandes, but Rashford scored 2 goals. My man of the game would be Bruno Fernandes, but I'm not trying to be objective and say man of the game would be Marcus Rashford. Yeah, and then bum of the game. Who would be my bum of the game? Yeah, I didn't see any bum of the game. They all play well. Even the Leicester City. Leicester had great opportunity in the beginning of the game. Like the first two opportunities they could have scored. They could have led 3-2. They could have led 2-0 really right off the bat. But that's what happened when you play and you don't finish your opportunities. You don't know what's coming, and next thing you know, you're down 3-0 when you could have been leading 2-0 even at halftime. So Iheanacho, Madison, all of them they need to pick themselves up. I saw Tillman came in. I don't know why he lost his spot. I don't know if he's coming back from injury, but Tillman is someone that I like a lot. I like his game. It was sad to see him coming from the bench unless he's coming back from injury. But Madison, Iheanacho, and their boy, they need to pick themselves up. Leicester City, and also Jamie Vardy came in. He's tried, but he's not Jamie Vardy old, but he's still a useful player. See how the coach is using him. Yeah, I think he would like to be your starter, but at this particular time, they need youth, they need pace, and someone who can press the ball, especially this Man United team, need to be pressed all the way up. And I don't think Jamie Vardy still have what it takes to do for extended period of time. So kudos to Leicester City for putting up a fight, but Man United was just too much, and Manchester United the aspirations are not the same with Leicester. As much as they're not saying anything, they're aiming for the title. Definitely aiming for the title, as they should. So yeah, that was it for me today. Between PSG winning against Lolosk 4-3 at home and Man United winning 3-0 at home to Leicester City.